Welcome to Thermography Medical Clinic's webinar series. Today's topic is prostate health. How can thermography help you monitor? Today I'm going to be talking about men's health, specifically about the prostate. Thermography does not see inside the body, so it doesn't see the prostate specifically. However, having a thermography study can show you what dragons you have to slay in order to prevent or treat prostate health. Your prostate can be affected by a variety of underlying problems that range from stress, poor diet, sedentary lifestyle, exposure to toxins, dental problems, and even musculoskeletal imbalances. So how can you see these things, you ask? Easy. Have a thermography study done and let your thermal map be your roadmap to better health and a healthier prostate. My name is Sharon, and I am a homeopath, a doctor of natural medicine, a holistic nutritionist, and a medical thermographer. I was the founder and clinic director of Divine Living, a natural health clinic, from 2005 till 2022. I am the founder and clinic director at Thermography Medical Clinic since 2010. I am an independent interpreter, and I provide analytical services for clients throughout Canada, US, Europe, and Asia. I also provide analytical services for research and clinical trials. I train practitioners to be able to evaluate their own studies, and I also do analytical work in the veterinary industry. Thermography is my specialty, and that is what makes us experts in medical thermography. I am an educator on everything related to thermography. I am the founder and medical advisor for Sana IR, a health technology company devoted to the promotion and development of medical infrared imaging devices and analytics for human health and animal health. My philosophy, a personalized and preventative approach to healthcare. Men's health is a topic that is not widely discussed. Can an infrared camera see my prostate? This is one of the most asked questions by men when they are considering having a thermography study done. But what they should be asking is, how can having a thermography study help me to identify the underlying cause of my prostate concerns so I can improve my overall health? Let's answer the question about whether or not thermography can see the prostate. An infrared camera does not see inside the body, so it doesn't see the prostate. An infrared camera measures skin temperature, and skin temperature changes are captured by the camera, and with our analytical software, we can visualize the thermal map of the individual. These thermal maps tell us what is going on with a person's health. Stay tuned, and I will show you what I mean. So what is the prostate gland? It can be described as a mixture of a walnut and a plum. Well, that's the way I describe it. The prostate is a small, rubbery gland about the size of a walnut. It is a gland that is extremely important for reproduction. It's essential to proper urinary function, and it has a soft, spongy texture to the touch, like a small, ripe plum. The prostate is located deep inside the groin, between the base of the penis and the rectum. Prostate problem? Thermography can help. There are a few conditions that affect the function of the prostate. Conditions such as prostatitis, which is inflammation of the prostate, benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH, which is a non-cancerous enlargement of the prostate, and finally, there's prostate cancer. What's common to all three of these conditions is that they all have an underlying cause that can be observed with thermography, and that is inflammation. Better yet is that thermography can also show you the underlying cause of the inflammation. Knowledge is the key, and knowledge opens the door so that you can venture out on your health journey. The more you know about your health, the easier it is to make proactive lifestyle changes. What then is the underlying cause of an unhealthy prostate? It's inflammation. Let's talk about inflammation. Inflammation is the body's response to stress or stressors. Chronic emotional stress, poor nutrition, sedentary lifestyle, exposure to toxins, bacterial infection in the body, or even imbalances in the musculoskeletal system. All of these underlying factors can contribute to inflammation. Chronic inflammation keeps the immune system on overdrive, and this leads to long-term unresolved stress on the body, and it drains the capacity of the immune system to deal with other stressors. Chronic inflammation disrupts the gut flora and ultimately makes the body toxic. This causes even more inflammation, and the cycle continues until the cause of the inflammation is finally addressed. To learn more about chronic inflammation and being stuck in fight or flight response, you can head over to my YouTube channel and watch my video on fight or flight. So let's take a look at a case study. I want to show you how thermography can help you help your prostate be happier and healthier. This 55-year-old man came complaining of an enlarged prostate. He wanted to know how thermography could help him to help his prostate to feel better. He wanted to take proactive steps to address the underlying cause of his prostate issues. This gentleman was already experiencing symptoms such as difficulty urinating and frequent urinary tract infections. So let's take a look at what some of his images revealed. The first and second image indicate dental infection on the right side. He's going to need to get that investigated. The third image of the lateral right abdomen has a pattern that indicates kidney adrenal stress. Kidney stress and adrenal stress can also affect the function of the prostate, and I will discuss that shortly. The fourth image of the backs of the legs have patterns that indicate an unbalanced sacral spine, likely caused by tight hamstring muscles. So the areas of priority are address the dental infection, support the kidneys, support the adrenal glands, and address the unbalanced sacral spine and hamstring muscles through physical therapies. This man had a prior root canal on the lower right side 10 years ago. After seeing this image, he went to his dentist to investigate. It was discovered that there was an infection in the tooth that had a prior root canal. Dental bacteria can travel through the bloodstream to other parts of the body, including the prostate, which leads to inflammation. For more information on how dental problems can affect your health, watch my video on YouTube called "Are Your Teeth Making You Sick?" The role of the kidneys is to filter blood, which means the kidneys play a critical role in removing toxins from the body. The kidneys also maintain the balance of water, salts, and minerals in the body, and the kidneys help to balance the body's pH levels. If the kidneys become stressed, these functions can be disrupted. Kidney stress can cause toxins to accumulate in the body, which can be an underlying cause of inflammation, which can ultimately affect the prostate. Let's talk about the role that the adrenal glands play. When the body is stressed, the adrenal glands release adrenaline, which can cause the prostate and bladder muscle to contract. This can make it harder and more painful to urinate. When you're anxious, your body releases cortisol, which can lead to inflammation throughout the body, including the prostate. Psychological stress triggers a cascade of events mediated by the autonomic nervous system, which can worsen prostatitis symptoms. When the adrenal glands are always activated because of chronic stress, the body gets stuck in fight or flight. This constant activation of the sympathetic nervous system leads to chronic inflammation in the body. Imbalances or injury to the musculoskeletal system can cause circulatory changes and affect the function of organs associated with the unbalanced areas of the spine. Tight hamstring muscles can pull on the pelvis and contribute to a posterior pelvic tilt, which can interfere with pelvic floor function. Prolonged sitting and even chronic emotional stress causes tension in the pelvic floor, which can compress the prostate into the bladder, causing urinary symptoms and pain. This can lead to conditions like chronic prostatitis. The sacral spine has communication pathways related to the lower extremities, the pelvic organs, and the perineal region. A spinal cord injury can interrupt the neurohormonal pathways related to the prostate gland, and this interruption of communication via the nervous system and circulatory system can lead to an inflammatory response of the prostate. Conditions such as pelvic floor dysfunction can also affect the function of the prostate. So let's take a look and see what happened 6 months later. Follow-up thermography studies give the practitioner and patient a way to monitor the progress. Here are the before and after images. This patient went to the dentist and had the tooth with the infected root canal removed. You can see in the images of the head that there is a significant decrease in inflammation on the right side of the mouth and in the lower right jaw. This patient also made some nutritional changes, started drinking more water in place of sugary drinks, and you can see the difference in the before and after images. There is a notable decrease in inflammation related to the pattern that indicated kidney and adrenal stress. He took some supplements to support his adrenal glands and kidneys, and he also started seeing a physiotherapist to address the pelvic floor issues and tight hamstring muscles. In the lower extremities, there's also a notable improvement. After 6 months of lifestyle changes, he reports the symptoms related to the enlarged prostate are no longer a concern. So what can thermography do for you? Thermography can help you to evaluate and assess the health of your patient, evaluate the cause of the problem, monitor the progress of the patient. In other words, thermography takes the guesswork out of identifying the problem and finding the solution. So why don't you let thermography help you? Thermography used in clinical practice as an assessment tool takes the guessing out of what might be wrong by guiding the treatment plan and monitoring the progress. At Thermography Medical Clinic, we strive to help you be the healthiest version of yourself. Remember, healthier is smarter. For more information, you can visit our website, thermography.medicalclinic.com, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you for watching.